Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by Grain Equipment Company, where innovation meets execution. I'm Dale Minyo. Let's dive into a little bit of the Trump's comments from last night. Oh, by the way, 1.1 inches of rain at my studio overnight. Well, President Trump on Wednesday announced reciprocal tariffs on U.S. trade partners as he seeks to reinvigorate manufacturing industries and press for more fairness globally in trade. President Trump has a list of countries, their average tariffs, and a new line of reciprocal tariffs he announced for trading partners. Trump said he would protect farmers and open up new markets for agricultural products, but his main goal is to stimulate domestic manufacturing jobs. Trump announced a minimum 10% tariff on at least 60 countries, but laid out a range of different tariffs for countries and trading blocs, including 34% tariffs on China, 24% on Japan, and 20% on the European Union, for instance. Along with that, all imported automobiles will have a 25% tariff starting Thursday. Several major agricultural groups have expressed fear that countries will immediately retaliate against farm exports. Trump said his tariff policies are standing up for farmers and ranchers who are being brutalized by nations. He pointed out countries with high tariffs or non-tariff barriers on agriculture will see reciprocal tariffs. He pointed out 250% to 300% tariffs on U.S. dairy products by Canada and suggested Canadian dairy policy should change. Trump pointed out that U.S. imports $2.8 billion in beef from Australia, but the U.S. exports virtually zero beef to Australia. They don't want to take any of our beef. They don't want to take it because they don't want it to affect their farmers, Trump said. Trump pointed to a report released Monday by the U.S. Trade Representative's Office highlighting trade barriers across nearly 50 countries and the European Union. Frankly, it's very upsetting when you read it, when you see what people have been doing to us for 30 years, he said. Today's weather brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Here's the wet forecast.
Showers from our initial frontal boundary trying to push eastward today, but we've got more moisture coming up from the southwest. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Let's take a look at that forecast update here in Ohio. We are going to be very active today through tomorrow from I-70 southward. There's plenty of clouds farther north, and we won't rule out moisture, but not the big stuff that we're seeing south. I do see another surge of moisture then for the weekend. Overnight tomorrow night, right on through Saturday, and even into early Sunday, rain and thunderstorms. I think from now through Sunday night, we still have the potential for 1 to 2 inches on the low end and maybe 3, 4, 5 inches on the top end. By far the biggest threat of the heaviest rain is going to be in southern Ohio, so get ready for that. Much colder next week. I'm Ryan Martin.
And thanks, Ryan. Hey, just a quick reminder, your ARC and PLC sign-up, even if you've already had it from a year ago, you still have to re-sign. All of that can be done at your local FSA office, and the deadline is April 15th this year. April 15th, again, to get all that done. For more information, always see your FSA office at your local USDA Service Center. And just a reminder, on Monday, we'll be broadcasting from the office of Ohio Corn and Wheat as we catch up with their latest events. And I'm just going to take a shot at it and say we're probably going to talk about tariffs. Time now for the Midday Market Analysis provided by Leist Mercantile and sponsored by Brandt, helping growers take control for over 70 years.
I'm Ryan Metzger with Leist Mercantile, providing you with your weekly export data update. This morning, the USDA released their export sales report for the week ending March 27th. Corn had announced sales of 1.173 million metric tons, which was right in line with the industry range estimate. Soybeans had announced sales of 410.2 thousand metric tons, which were in line with industry estimates. And wheat had announced sales of 339.9 thousand metric tons, which was within industry estimates. So now to meet the USDA export targets, we need to see weekly sales of 356.5 thousand metric tons of corn, 156,000 metric tons of soy, 84.3 metric tons of wheat. And most importantly, we'll need to continue to monitor how the new tariff policy will impact new and existing export sales. Please visit our website at leistmercantile.com to learn more about our grain marketing program and crop insurance services.
And thanks, Ryan. Today's market's brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. May corn squeaking in a half, make it 3/4 of a cent higher now at 4.58 and a half. From there, it's still not pretty. December corn down 3/4 at 4.48. The May soybeans are down 13 3/4, not as bad as earlier at 10.15 3/4. November new crop down 15 3/4 at $10.21 and a half cent. July wheat down a penny at 5.51 3/4. September down 3/4 of a cent at 5.67 1/4 cent. April cattle, $208.55, down $1.87. June down $2.10 at $205.30. April lean hogs, the only plus in livestock, up 37 cents at 87.82. And May feeder cattle down $2.87 at 285.05. Thanks for joining us. This is the Ohio AgNet.